in the Grand Rotunda. Just a beautiful, beautiful room. And this is actually referred to as the People's Room. During the course of the design and the construction of the Ohio Statehouse, there were 7 different architects on the project. And those architects had a lot of disagreements. However, they agreed on 2 things: that the building should be massive enough to house all 3 branches of state government, and that the most beautiful room should be for the people. And this is the People's Room, where we highlight the heritage and history of our great state through the artwork and the symbolism found in this beautiful room. 120 feet above the floor is a stained glass seal of Ohio as it was in 1861. If we take a look at the symbolism in the floor, the 13 center stones represent the 13 colonies. The 3 bands that surround those stones represent the 3 major land expansions in America up until that time. The first band representing the Northwest Territory, in which Ohio was carved from. The middle band, which is also the largest, represents America's largest land expansion, the land gained during the Louisiana Purchase. And then finally, the third band represents the land gained during the war with Mexico. As we move outward, we have 32 points on the starburst. And those 32 points represent the number of states that were in the Union when this building was finally completed. And then that last band represents that document that binds all those states together, and that's the U.S. Constitution. Welcome to the Ohio House of Representatives. Today we have a very quiet house. As you can see, the members are not in session today. However, the general public is invited to come to the Ohio State House, oftentimes referred to as the People's House, to come and view the great debate of the day. So the Ohio House of Representatives has 99 members. So on the floor you will find 99 desks, and these desks look as though they would have looked in 1861 when the building was completed. These are all reproductions. Also, the Speaker serves as the leader of this chamber, and he resides from the front of the room. And at the front of the room is this very large piece of marble, this dais, if you will. This large marble was actually brought to the building site, put in place, and the building was constructed around it. And what you are looking at was actually carved in place. It has never moved from this space. Also at the front of the room is the Speaker's chair, a very tall chair with the Ohio seal carved into it. It's sometimes referred to as the Lincoln chair. However, that has been associated because Lincoln did speak in this chamber on February 13th, 1861, and it's a very tall chair. However, further research has shown that the chair was actually carved after Lincoln died in 1865, so there's no way that Lincoln could have actually sat there. Also in the front of the room, we see 2 busts that look over the legislature. And the members of the legislature are able to look up and be reminded of the importance of democracy with these 2 gentlemen. The gentleman on the right is Cleisthenes. He is a Greek statesman that's credited with being the father of all of democracy. And then on the left is the father of American democracy, Thomas Jefferson. And Thomas Jefferson's very important to Ohio history as well because he was the president of the United States in 1803 when Ohio became the 17th state of the Union. Welcome to the Ohio Senate, and this is the upper house. Ohio, like 48 other states, has a bicameral system of government, meaning we have 2 chambers. We're very similar to the federal government. So each bill needs to pass both chambers before it can become law signed by the governor. Here in Ohio we have 33 senators that represents the population of the state, and at the front of the room the particular leader of this chamber is referred to as the president. And the president of the Senate is Tom Niehaus, who is from the Cincinnati area. And in the front of the room are the same two busts that we talked about in the Ohio House, reminding the legislature about democracy and our roots. Also at the front of the room you see a gold eagle with the red, white, and blue shield. And this is in the front of the room to remind the legislators that while Ohio is an independent state, we are also part of the bigger whole, part of the United States of America. So this is a place where you can come and hear your legislators debate the great bills of the day. Here we are in the governor's historic office. This has actually been used by every governor since Salmon P. Chase from 1857 on, and this is certainly Governor Kasich's office. This is not the office he uses every day. However, this is where he comes from time to time. And this is a very historic space within the confines of the Ohio Statehouse. It was in this office in 1861 that President-elect Lincoln was traveling to Washington, D.C. for his inauguration. And he stopped here and was chatting with then Governor Dennison. And he sat right across the desk and he was speaking about the business of the day. And it was in this office where Abraham Lincoln was given a telegram indicating that the Electoral College had just met and had ratified the voice of the people. And it was in this space that he truly was named the 16th President of the United States. Also, this is the original desk. This has been used by every governor since Salmon P. Chase when he moved into this space in 1857. So this is a very important heirloom and antique and piece of history for the people of Ohio. In terms of restoration, this has the highest level of restoration in the Statehouse. Within this room, you will not see any exposed light switches or electrical sockets or modern appliances, phones or televisions. Everything is designed to hide those modern sort of technology. That way the space looks just as though it did in 1861. Okay, here we are in the Ohio Statehouse Museum. This is a place where kids of all ages can come and learn about government, the executive branch, legislative branch, the judicial branch, and certainly learn about how a bill becomes a law, the history of voting, and the history of campaigning. And one of the highlights of this space is the seal of the great state of Ohio. Behind me is a glass seal that actually hung atop the rotunda for years and years and years, and then it was stuck in a closet, and it wasn't discovered until 1989 during the course of the Ohio Statehouse restoration. We pulled it out, fixed it up, and we put it on public display, and it's been here for quite a number of years, drawing people into the museum. And we invite you to visit the Ohio Statehouse and the Ohio Statehouse Museum, and it's absolutely free and open to the public, and there's more information at ohiostatehouse.org.